So as you may know, we've now started my vision for Season 3 of HBO's new Harry Potter show. We did finish Season 2, my vision, about 3 weeks ago, and one thing that I forgot to do that I did for Season 1 was go through the comments and read some of your suggestions and give them an O.W.L grade. This was actually suggested by one of you in the comments, so thank you very much for suggesting that and reminding me to get around to it. So a quick reminder, I'm going to read the comment and give my opinions before giving it an O.W.L grade, and if you need reminding of what the grades are, we have O for outstanding, E for exceeds expectations, A for acceptable, P for poor, D for dreadful, and T for troll. If you've seen the previous comments videos, then you'll know I'm a pretty generous grade giver, and if you haven't seen them, I have linked them in the description below. So let's jump into it. So the first comment is from my Season 2 Episode 1 video, and it is from B Smith 3506 saying, "I'd love to see a copy of the Tales of Beedle the Bard in Ron's bedroom, just in passing." Yeah, this is a great one in my opinion. I want loads of clues and Easter eggs for the entire series, not just in Ron's room, but everywhere, such as in Dumbledore's office. I'd love to see the pensieve in the corner. Even though we don't get introduced to that until book 4, it'll be cool to see these things introduced much earlier. I'd love to see the Room of Requirement, for example. I'm not sure exactly how. Maybe the Weasley twins coming out of it in a passing shot, as they do mention that they used it before. But again, just introducing these things pretty early on that will be really important later. But just for now, a quick glimpse just to give us a little Easter egg and leave the die-hard fans happy. And also with Ron's room, as I've already described in the video, I want it to be incredibly detailed, such as, like your suggestion, having the Tales of Beedle the Bard in the corner would be a really cool touch, and also all the Chudley Cannons things, and it'd be cool if we could get Ron talking about the team a little bit more and almost trying to convert Harry into being a fan, which I have a feeling does actually work. And then also all of Ron's like comics and the frog spawn and just everything in there to make Ron's character much more alive. So I really like this suggestion and I'm going to give it an E for exceeds expectations. Before we jump on to the next comment, please remember to hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, like the video and hit the notification bell. I've got a load of new videos coming up very soon and you're not going to want to miss them as we look at more theories, more rumours, more set leaks and of course more of my vision for the new Harry Potter show. Okay, the next comment is from my Season 2 Episode 2 video, and it's from FVD, who says, "The Sorting Hat ceremony could even introduce Luna Lovegood early, as she'll be a first year too. Obviously she won't be integral to the story this early in the series, but could be a cool little Easter egg." I absolutely love this one so much, and it's something that I do actually think that they will probably do. Considering we've already had the casting for characters like Terry Boot, who I don't think we even hear about until it might be Goblet of Fire, or maybe even Order of the Phoenix. But they've already cast him, which shows that they are going to get a lot of these characters, even the small side characters, cast early and present in the series from the beginning. So it wouldn't surprise me if they do introduce Luna early, and I'd actually love to somehow see her a little bit more than just being in the background. I'm not sure exactly how this would work. It could be something like Luna comforting Ginny, noticing that she's being really down and distant, obviously because of the diary. And yeah, just kind of giving her a little comfort, which could then tie into how Ginny protects Luna later on in the series, because maybe Luna has already protected Ginny or comforted her before. So yes, I love this idea about Luna. I really want to see her early, and I'm going to give this an O for outstanding. Okay, the next comment is from my Season 2 Episode 3 video, and it's from Amit Pawar, who says, "In the movie, they use Neville as comic relief, showing him fainting at the sight of the Mandrake. Neville's character should be expanded here as he is the best in herbology." This is a really tricky one, and I was so undecided about where to grade this, because on one hand, you are right, Neville is incredible at herbology, at least towards the end. I mean, he goes on to become the herbology teacher, and I'm pretty sure it's the only grade for O.W.Ls that he got that was an O, so he really does have a passion and a talent there. But that's later on. I don't think we get any real hints that he is that good at herbology this early on. The real issue with Neville is his nerves. He's incredibly nervous at this point in the series about everything and in every single class. And I think that that probably translates to herbology as well. That's not to say that he is not good at it, it's just he's nervous and he hasn't really developed that passion yet. I'm pretty sure, although I could be wrong about this, that we don't really see Neville excelling in herbology until a later book. So I'm not opposed to Neville being just comic relief like he is in the movie, at least the earlier movies, but I'm not too sure about him excelling at herbology just yet. So I will give this an A for acceptable. Okay, the next comment from my Season 2 Episode 4 video is from Celine Delval, who says, I hope they show us Ron trying to comfort his sister after the attack. Seeing Ginny sinking through the year in the background will be interesting. This one is very good, but it's also another interesting one that I was struggling with for a main reason, and that is Ron, really. I mean, he does show protective qualities of Ginny, and obviously he's devastated when she gets taken into the chamber, for example. But in the book, she's not really there for Ginny as much as, say, Percy is. Percy is constantly trying to force feed her pepper-up potion and telling off Fred and George for making jokes about the heir of Slytherin and about Mrs. Norris and making Ginny upset. Percy is there a lot more in the book than Ron is for her. Having said that, he does definitely have that side to him, and it would be nice to see that, as in the movies he kind of didn't show any real range of emotion other than humour and fear. So it would be cool to see that side of him, I guess. The part about Ginny throughout the year slowly sinking is incredible though. It's definitely something I want to see a lot of in the show. I think the book is great at sowing those seeds early and those little clues, and it would be definitely interesting to see those brought to life, especially if you already know what the outcome is and you can kind of notice that as you're going along. It's like when you're watching a movie with a twist ending with somebody who's never seen it before, and you're kind of just watching them to see if they can figure out the twist that is coming up. And I feel like that's the case with Ginny, and how she just is getting slowly more down and down and down as the year goes on. So I do like this. I was so close to giving it an O, but because I don't think Ron, this early on at least, would show that kind of protective side of Ginny, I'm going to give this an E for exceeds expectations. Okay, the next comment comes from my Season 2 Episode 5 video, and it's from Michael Limmer, who says, I have to disagree that Harry was speaking in a raspy English voice when he was telling the snake not to attack Justin Finch-Fletchley. Justin doesn't hear English, he hears something that he doesn't understand and assumes that Harry is ordering the snake to attack him. What Justin heard was Parseltongue. And I have to disagree with your disagreement, unfortunately. You are right, what Justin hears is Parseltongue, but the series isn't called Justin Finch-Fletchley, it's called Harry Potter. The things in Harry Potter happen from his point of view, and we're often hearing things in his own head and his narration, and Harry doesn't know that he's speaking another language in the moment. It's actually something that he grapples with quite a lot throughout the series, trying to talk Parseltongue on command when there isn't a snake there. It's not easy for him. He can't differentiate between the two so easily, such as in the Deathly Hallows when he is talking to Bathilda Bagshot, who's actually Nagini. He doesn't understand until much later on that she was speaking Parseltongue and he was speaking Parseltongue back. And I think that that's really important to keep in the show, because we're trying to follow his point of view more than what the movies often gave us. Of course, there will be moments from the series that aren't from his point of view, and I have included some of them as well, but I think that this is one that has to absolutely be from his point of view, because it will make so many things make sense about the series going forward, and it just provides a little bit of extra character development for Harry and his kind of battle with speaking Parseltongue throughout the season. So unfortunately this will be the first fail grade, although it's not too bad. I'm going to give it a P for poor. Okay, the next comment is from my Season 2 Episode 6 video, and it is from Medafan, who says, something that would be a good note of foreshadowing is if while the boys infiltrate the Slytherin common room, we see Millicent Bulstrode petting her cat in the background. Okay, this is obviously just a little small one and very quick. It's kind of going back to what we were saying in previous comments about Easter eggs. It will be a nice thing to include. It's not necessarily essential. What I think could be better though is if we see Millicent Bulstrode with her cat much earlier on in the season, so we get that clue and that hint that something bad might be coming much earlier on, instead of after they've already taken the Polyjuice potion. But yeah, it's just a little fun one. It's not really going to impact the story too much, but it's not going to hurt the story either, so I'll give this an A for acceptable. Okay, the next comment is from my Season 2 Episode 7 video, and it is from Dylan Thompson, who says, I like the idea of other character moments fleshing out Hogwarts away from the main trio. I'd also like to see more classes in the later seasons, as I feel that they were left out of Order of the Phoenix and Half-Blood Prince, except for the essential ones in the story. Yes, this is great on both parts of your comment. It's something that I've touched on previously about the trio not just being the centre of attention all the time. Of course, they've got to be the main focus, but just giving other characters more lines, things that affect them as well as affecting the trio, such as Snape's bullying and his homeworks. That doesn't just hurt Harry, it hurts everybody, and everybody hates Snape. Also, little comments and remarks such as complaining about exams and things like that. Things that make students students and make the whole student experience and student life at Hogwarts seem so much more believable. They all have to be included. And regarding your second point about having more classes in the later books, I also agree with this one, especially in Half-Blood Prince when they start studying for their NEWTs. I think it's really cool in the books to see those moments brought to life, such as the more advanced Defense Against the Dark Arts with Snape and learning non-verbal spells, for example. I think it just shows an extra level of magic that we haven't seen before, and it would be really cool to see that brought to life, like you said, not just in regards to the story like with the potions classes in Half-Blood Prince. I definitely want to see a lot more of them included just for that richer world building. So I'm going to give this one an O for outstanding. Okay, and the final video is from my Season 2 finale, and it's from Piotr Nowak, saying, I would really like the finale to include the clues from the book about Horcruxes, both in the chamber and Dumbledore's office. Yes, I really like this. My only question would be how. I don't think J.K. Rowling's ever revealed if she actually planned Horcruxes from the beginning or in the Chamber of Secrets, or if she kind of retconned it as the series went along. But it would definitely be interesting to include it, even if she hadn't come up with the idea at this point, such as Dumbledore having a kind of twinkle in his eye as he understands something about the diary when Harry tells him all about what happened in the chamber, or when he gives the sword to Dumbledore and Dumbledore sees that it's imbued with basilisk venom. Dumbledore then also understands, oh, this can now destroy Horcruxes. It would be a difficult one. We don't want to be too on the nose early on, especially as the earlier seasons are a little bit lighter, and it's nicer to have these things kind of develop slowly as the series progresses. But if they could find a solution to present these Easter eggs in such a way, then I think it would definitely be interesting to see. So I would like to give this last one an E for exceeds expectations. Once again, I just want to say thank you for dropping all of your suggestions in my comments on the videos. I'm sorry I couldn't include all of them here, but I really enjoyed reading them. And I will be doing this same video after I finish my vision for Season 3 of Harry Potter. So keep watching the videos, keep dropping your comments, and potentially you will be included in a future video. Once again, remember to like the video, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you're updated for more Harry Potter news, theories, breakdowns, and of course, my vision.